Great. So we don't need to reset, do we? Levels or yes? Uh, Perfect. Testing, testing. Big action. Huge action.
All right. Oh. Yeah, I can hear it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I saw that and I was like, what's happened? All right, so we're in. I'm gonna delete that right now. And figure out how to do that. But we do have a new one up. All right.
Yeah, okay.
And then are we
Is
just
it
muted and listening to
still-
music or something?
Yeah.
May I talk freely?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back for round 3 of our top 32 virtual competition. Last one of the season, last chance to claim some victory here at none other than Ferropolis. Man, what a sick lineup we've got this time. I'm super pumped up. My name is Brad Milliken, one of your hosts, and here with me I have none other than
Ray McDivitt out here chilling, your other host, ready to party tonight.
Man, I think I've asked you this every time, but do you have eyes on anybody specifically to take this thing home?
Yeah, I think there's I think Abdullah has been on a lot, is what I've heard, and he put it down last time, so I'm excited to see what he does this round. Because we might have something. He might have something in store for us.
I'm pumped on that. He has definitely been practicing a ton. We've got some big contenders in the room. We've got obviously our 2-time champ from this season. He's Lance is joining us for looking for a three-peat in the first season. That would be one heck of a way to start this stuff off.
Yeah, that would be insane. Somebody's got to be out here ready to take them out. I know they're capable of it. I mean, can somebody be consistent and fight their way through the full bracket to show them what's up?
For sure. All right, man. Well, let's get this thing started. First up to the line, we're going to have, looks like, I believe, Philip Thibault and Corey Rook.
I see that Corey's
absent.
Yeah, Corey's noted as being absent. I don't know what that means.
So now the question is, are we going to see Lucas DeWeird and Justin Smith come to the line, or are we going to get Rook?
Dun, dun. I mean, you don't have any music. How?
Oh,
okay.
All right. Well,
got some technical difficulties. This is no surprise as we've switched things up. But that's okay. We'll get
listen to another stream. Just watch it and move it away.
Cool. All right. Well, it looks like.
Is there anybody else? So as we figure out what's going on, is there any other battles that you're looking forward to that you can already see on the bracket?
Well, for me, definitely, man. Justin Keith, it's cool to see him here. I'm super looking forward to that. Damian Vitt's in the house. Richard last time, man. Richard was making a mean run, and he's going up against Andrew Parker in the first round. So, you know, we've got some heavy hitters, man. Some of these names. Nico Centino, some of these dudes were deep in the bracket the last couple times. So it's gonna be until we get into like the grade 8, man. I'm gonna have a really hard time committing to any one person getting all the way there.
Well, let's take a look at this. I don't know if Tim, if you're going to swap over to an overhead shot. We can take a look at this track as everyone's getting set up.
Yeah, the track is sweet. So this is actually, technically, it's in Germany. It's not normally surrounded in trees like this. Or it kind of is, but this is a Germany, like a dockyard where they had cranes that would offload the containers, and I think they've since been decommissioned. But now it's kind of like an outdoor venue for like concerts and big arena shows. So, and it looks like we might have Lucas DeWeird. He's running a lap. We might have another no-show. Man, I don't know. This is kind of wild. This is a crazy start.
And this is a big track. It's a heavy on throttle the whole time. I mean, he's putting down a great run. So, I mean, if this is his, whether it's a warm-up run or if this is his actual comp run, I mean, that was a stellar lap.
Yeah, there was definitely no reservation on that lap at all. He was He was committed. So we'll watch
Oh
here.
wow.
Oh, we got an update here to the bracket. So it does look like Philip got basically a bye due to an absentee from Corey Rook, and then we had an absentee with Justin. So Lucas DeWeird moves on.
Wow. Yeah, and I guess so. Looking down through the bracket, there's a few more absences. It's kind of frustrating, but it's okay. We'll get into the top 16 pretty quickly. But yeah, there's a few more absences down the list, so it looks like we might get through this top 32. It's more like a top 26. So that's okay. That'll go quickly.
I do have some good news. It appears that both Mello and Jake Pearson are on the line, so we have our first legitimate battle.
And they've got so they've got well-defined zones that they've got to keep it in. Heavy on throttle the entire track, from basically between outer zone 1 and inner clip 1. They're allowed to decel a little bit, as you can hear them lift in that spot. But pretty much throughout the rest of the track, we want to see them be on throttle until after they exit this big, long right-hand zone that you can really get deep in there, which is that Jake that really getting in there? There's a little decel. And they're heavy back on throttle again the whole rest of the lap. But there's a lot of time, a lot of opportunity to make little mistakes. Straightening up mid corner a couple times there from Jake in the chase. That's not really what you want to be seeing. And I'm sure that's gonna impact his score. But like I said, with these long corners, it really relies on that lead driver getting out, putting down a really good lead line that's easy to follow, and then getting the chase driver just using that opportunity to really tuck in there.
Yeah, the track is not the same track they run for Drift Masters. It's a modified version of the track, but it has a lot of nuance to it. There's a lot of places where you can get in trouble by just being out of position or going too deep, or you've got to manage the car a lot. I feel like when I drove this, it was kind of weird to either had it or you didn't.
Jake carrying a little more speed through there as he goes from outer zone 1 to inner clip 1. Trying to make sure I can see the overview because I can't watch everything.
Still in the zone, good there. This is a weird spot right here. This transition's kind of an interesting one. Now, is that the second decel position right there as they went into that second?
Correct. Yep.
Second clover.
And then as soon as after they get that little decel, as they get into that second big little left, that was a really, really good lead and a really good chase, with a little bit of an incident after the finish line there. But yeah, that's the one other decel zone, and both drivers got through there really well. I don't know if there was any mistakes in that previous run that would say that Jake was at fault for, or that Mello was at fault for any of the issues that Jake had, but that was a pretty good, clean, quick run.
Yeah, it looks like Mello takes the win there. I'm definitely going to have to say that the lead from Mello was super smooth, filled the zones really well, and it was really consistent. I think it was hard for Jake to kind of find a spot in behind him and stay there.
Yes, definitely. And I noticed that he straightened up a couple of times, and that's what you'll get on these. It's not like these cars are crazy powerful. It's the BDC V4 cars. It's not like they're crazy powerful, so you really got to keep your momentum up. And if you scrub a little bit too much speed in the wrong spot, you're not going to make it that next corner.
So
we got the next drivers coming through.
Yep, Bailey Wynot and Eduardo Morin Gomez.
Eduardo is struggling a little bit at the chase there to keep it sideways. The lead driver though is filling those zones nicely, staying on throttle heavily. Looks like he's getting bullied around a little bit too.
Yeah, it's a great chase. I mean, it's definitely put the pressure on. The angle's not necessarily all the way there, but the pressure's there.
Chopping a bit of line, but yeah, that gives the you're hearing them in your ear the whole time around that track, and that's plenty of opportunity to help make a mistake. But I didn't really see many mistakes there in that run, so that's good to see.
Yeah, that was a strong lead, very strong lead. I think the chase is definitely going to be tougher here because some guys are very, very angled up, and some guys run a little shallower, and there's not a lot of room for both.
And you're sitting in that pocket for so long. And so right when they get that entry, which is a nice, good, tight follow there from Bailey, chasing down Eduardo right now. As long as you keep good momentum through the entry, you just gotta really try and read that car in front of you. And it's easy to be a little shallow. The judges, though, they're looking for good, clean runs from both drivers. You know, it's a long lap. There's a lot of opportunity for mistakes. Like that was a big straighten right there from Eduardo in the lead. Judges are gonna, definitely be looking for that, but they don't want people bumping and grinding throughout the whole track because it is like I said, it's a longer run.
Definitely a strong chase by Bailey, and that little tap against the wall, man. Aceto, sometimes not the most forgiving.
Definitely not forgiving.
Yeah, I think the rest of us would have kept it right there and buried the rear quarter in the wall.
But hey, that's good. He knew Bailey might have thought that he was at a little bit of an advantage for that run, but he didn't leave anything on the table. He made sure to keep it buried the whole time. Let's see what the that was a good battle though.
Yeah, that was great.
Drivers are getting in here. They're getting through this quick. This is a great track to really show what each driver's everybody can be capable of, and gives you some time to really learn the other driver too. So even if once you get that through that first corner, you might not know exactly who you're up against because this might be the first time you ever drove with them. But by the time you're about halfway through the track, you should be able to you can get a really good read on them. And I think as we see that go throughout the rest of this bracket, that we'll see people tighten it up and push each other harder.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, man. I drove it a little bit before the comp, and yeah, man, there's some weird spots where you can get yourself in a whole lot of trouble. Especially both of those decel zones. Like some guys, it looks like they're decelling, with some left foot braking, but it looks like some guys are honestly just adding a bunch of angle.
Mm-hmm.
And that seems to be where people are struggling the most is, chasing somebody you don't know which one they're going to do.
And speaking of, we got Nate Spencer, who doesn't have to worry about what somebody else is doing because he's doing his buy run right now because the other driver, Autumn, is absent. And so he's just able to use this time, get a little more practice, stay nice and smooth throughout the whole track, which he is looking very smooth, filling those zones start to finish. They don't throttle heavily through that decel zone, which is pretty cool to see. I think that a lot of drivers, you can use that extra angle and really, really pour it on to decel hard. And it looks pretty gangster. And that was a good run from Nate. So even though it's a buy run,
solid.
I can't really say anything negative about that one. So that's pretty sweet. Good job, Nate.
Cool. Well, we're gonna pull Tyler over, one of our judges. We're gonna pull him in and see what he's got. What's going on, Tyler? Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hey, so tell us about those first couple battles, man. We had a lot of weirdness going on. Some people not here, some buy runs.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't make the drivers meeting, so I just put A on their name on the bracket. If they showed up late, I'm still gonna let them run, and I'll change that on the bracket if I see them join the Discord. But unfortunately, I think the nice weather outside kept a couple people away from their computers for the night.
Copy that. Well, understandable. It looks like we've got our next group of drivers up, or actually. Yeah, we do. Sorry, I just missed the bracket change up there. We'll get you back over there so you can check this out, but we'll probably pull you a couple more times.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, see you, brother.
All right.
All right, so we got Brady and Damien. Brady in the lead. Damien getting chased. Coming out of angle a little bit there, getting into that big outside zone. Damien reacting pretty well, keeping it tucked in the pocket. Keeping it really tucked in the pocket there.
Dang.
Brady's staying heavy on throttle throughout this entire track. This is this is a really good run. That's a run that you want to see.
That's by both drivers. That's easily by a mile the best chase run we've seen so far. Man, that's gonna be if that's the way he drives the rest of the night, we're gonna be in for something. That was stellar. So now Damien...
You wouldn't expect anything less. I think that I know Damien's absolute ripper, and I think that I've seen some stuff from Brady. I know he's been practicing very heavily for the today. So this could be a big battle that Mike has a high likelihood of going one more time because they're both very skilled drivers. I like that heavy angle. Might have scrubbed a little bit too much speed coming out of there, though.
When I think it did Brady a little, helped him a little bit there, because for a second there, boy, the gap was kind of getting pretty big.
Yeah, he was able to close that gap really quickly. Great job filling that zone. A little shallow in the chase right there, and filling a little bit offline. But he's right back in there and runs it all the way through the finish line, keeping it nice and buried into Damien's door.
Nice.
That was another great run. I mean, this track really does give you a lot of opportunity to do some good-looking drifting.
Yeah, what a strong lead and chase by Damien. Brady, obviously, what a phenomenal lead. And it's always a little easier if you've got somebody doing a great lead, right? It gives you the opportunity to give a good chase.
Yeah.
But then to turn around and put down a great lead that's equally chaseable, I think it's a little more game of inches up for the judges on this one than they've had thus far.
Yeah, and this is going to be one of those. These are going to be the battles that are really tough to judge, because you've got to make a decision one way or the other. Whether they go one more time is always to be seen. But when you have two good drivers that lay down two really good runs, and they're going to be looking at there. There was that little straighten, for instance. Why was there that straighten? What caused that fault? They're going to be looking at those little things to try and come out with a winner. But cool thing is that if it's not exactly obvious, you can always do another round. We don't want to see tons and tons of one more times, but it's better than having a good battle turn sour because the judging wasn't exactly obvious.
Oh yeah.
So with them deliberating on that, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it one more time.
Yeah, and I guess it looks like Richard's just warming up, but they may still call him back. They may still call him back to the pits and say, hey, we need another run for Mason and Vitt. I think, either which way, man, I can tell you one thing for sure. I am wicked excited. Oh, here they come. Back to the line. So it's going to be a one more time.
No, that makes sense. Sure, I think there was a little bit of mistakes on both ends in different parts of the track. And Brady's leading with Damien really deep into him, staying right on his bumper. Great proximity, great line from both drivers. Good transition. Little bad on the. Oh, yep, that was. There was a bad transition from Brady there, and he didn't get fully there. So that led to the straighten, which I think that the judges would have seen the same thing. But I wish he would have stayed in it, because Damien would have been perfectly fine with bumping and grinding throughout the rest of the track anyways.
Oh, for sure. And at least then he would have, it could have been some points still on the board. I know it was pretty much almost a spin around, but, that you don't know what could have been. You could have put down a heck of a finish lap there, and at least in the minds of the judges, right? Like it may be a 0 on paper, maybe, but mentally you might get a little forgiveness or a little bias.
Well, there might be a big mistake waiting, and that could have been like, wow, that was that could be a big what if the other person straightens sooner, but you've got an incomplete run as well, so taking a lot of risk there. But
so Vitt to lead, big gap here.
Way out front, offline though, struggling a little bit there, and that gives. Oh no, Brady goes a little way too tight there. I gave him a chance to really close the gap, but he ended up going way too tight.
Well, and I think he was looking to just get every inch back, and unfortunately, that is going to end that run for him. Watch Mr. Vitt finish out, and I think you and I both know which way this is going to go.
Nope. Yep. Unless there could have been something not entirely obvious there. There was a big scrub, but from Damien there in the lead, but he was in the area between that outer zone 1 and inner clip 1, where it's pretty much allowed. Kind of threw him offline a little bit, but I think that we'll see that they'll assess fault towards Brady on that one. Yep, and it looks like we got a winner from that last round. Damien took the win. I'm thinking that we all saw the same thing.
Yep, and now we've got a new matchup here with Andrew Parker and Richard Cho. And, last time, I remember towards the very end there, Richard was deep in the bracket. And he's looking to do the same thing today. And nothing gets me more excited than watching Richard drive. Definitely pumped up to see if he's going to be able to put down the same quality of laps here that he did at the police academy.
Oh, I'm sure he's. I mean, he was killing it at Mahon before that too, so I'm sure he's going to be keep up with that consistency.
And it looks like he's driving the Grinch-themed S14.
We'll take a closer look. Wait, no, I can't.
So it looks like, is he waiting? Is he waiting for Andrew Parker?
Andrew Parker was at the drivers' meeting, so he should. Maybe he's having some issues.
Well, and while we can't take a ton of time, you know, we can. We're going to try to give these guys the ability to show up. We know that competing digitally sometimes creates its own hassles, but it looks like Richard's left the line and is putting down a pretty good lead run thus far, quote unquote lead run.
A very good lead run. Scrubbing some speed there. Staying heavy on throttle. I mean, he knows that he's just got to be out there. He's just out there to put on a little bit of show right now, and that's what he's doing.
Hey, we love the big Richard energy, all right? Great stuff. Big Richard energy.
I think the car suits him well. I mean, the red window tint, rich livery, sweet green, it's obnoxious and also pretty cool. And that kind of sums up how I've seen Richard drive. You know, just banging limiter, you know, spinning over, doing donuts and stuff like that, and then putting down a just heavy on the throttle run every time.
Well, that will do that. Richard Cho advances to the Sweet 16, bringing us to the next lineup, Abdullah and Zachary.
And that's what I'm pretty excited for, because like I said, Abdullah's been, I know he's been practicing a lot, and he was doing really good the last time, and he's grown a lot as a driver very quickly. So I'm excited to see what we see here today, and hopefully we see some good laps. I don't recognize Zachary, but I'm sure he wouldn't be here if it wasn't decent.
Well, and I gotta tell you, nothing's more exciting than a S chassis showdown. We are not. But we definitely should be. You're right. Well, one other thing, too, you know, to keep in mind is that everybody's setup's different. And the hard part about this is everybody's setup's different, not just with the cars, but everybody's setup's different with their sim rig.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and they're off. Leaving the line.
Wow. It looks like there was a bit of an issue there. Was it the chase driver? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, he is, Wait, wasn't there somebody who just got a wheel? Was that the guy who just bought a wheel today?
Oh, I hope not.
I think so.
It might be.
Abdullah is absolutely shredding. You know, very much so. Just tore that track apart.
No concern from the veteran there. Well, take a second while he's putting this lap down to look at the chat. So if you're in the chat, thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. And it looks like Brady says the pressure got to me. He says, man, he was trying to get himself back in this thing, and it was just a little too much.
Well, that's understandable. I mean, that's one thing that's really cool about this that you don't really think too much about. But wow, okay, that was Zachary. You gotta like drive a little bit before this. I think he's the one that bought a steering wheel right before.
Oh, hey, you know what? Props for showing up, though. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta show up.
Yeah, he showed up.
You make it.
And I'm sure he might be a great drifter in real life, and might have been like, "Hey, I'll just go get a wheel and be good to go." But that's, you know, as you were saying about everyone's setup being different, you know, all the different wheels, the cars, and everything. You really got to spend some time to get these things set up so that they feel right, because you can't just hop. It's sometimes, you know, it's not too bad, but it's not always the easiest to just hop in there and be like, oh, I know what I'm doing in a car. I can do it in VR or in Assetto on a single screen, and it's hard. You lose so much of your senses and your perception, your peripheral vision, everything.
Yeah, it's weird, man. I feel like as a new driver, somebody who's brand new, because that's the way I started, right? Like while I was building my car, which is never the first thing you should do, and I talk about it all the time. I decided to build a car for me to drive, and I found myself spending more time building the car than actually driving for a long, like years. But I was sim driving early on. I bought a G920. It was terrible. The brake pedal might as well be a brick, and I found that it teaches you super good car control, and it teaches you the right type of reaction when something happens, how to react appropriately to it in the car. But then once you get to a point where you're driving at a decent level, now all of a sudden, if the feel's not there, then yes, it's very disconnected, it's very awkward until you get it right. And speaking of getting it right, looks like Jacob Moore is putting down a heater lap.
Yeah, he's got another driver with a buy run, so he's just out there getting some more practice. Oof.
Oh, I jinxed him.
Smacking the wall right there, and I know that one of the things the judges are saying is they're not super concerned with close proximity to the wall. They're looking for good, clean runs. So, no need to get too close. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, let's get ourselves a little more music in here. Well, tell you what. This has been a very interesting top 32 bracket we're running here thus far. Jacob Moore obviously advancing with Brad not showing up. We've now got Noah Sroka, who's going to also run a buy run here against Ben Thompson.
This is going to be the fastest top 32 that I've ever gone to, which is, not complaining.
No, but I mean, I want some action, man.
Yeah. Trying to see some skids.
Yeah, but absent in the bracket does mean there's a possibility they show up to the line. This does not look promising for Ben Thompson. Well, and the countdown begins. Let's give a big shout out to our drone pilot, man. Ray, tell us about the drone pilot.
Oh my god. Ben, aka Josh, aka actually just Ben, B1G FPV on Instagram. He's pretty new to the I think the automotive drone, like especially the drifting stuff, as far as within the last year and a half, I think. But man, is he taking a keen to it, right? He's been really good at it. He's out at the track all the time, getting practice, getting footage. Somebody that really wants to grow as a a pilot, I guess is the right answer. And he is seeing him in Assetto Corsa chasing it's just like in real life, and he just wild stuff all the time, and like it's cool because this is such a cool opportunity to see what it looks like, get feedback from people, get reactions from people of getting angles in a video game. Then you take that to the racetrack and in real life, and you do the same thing. And I think that he does that.
For sure.
I would imagine. I don't know if he did this last off season, but I imagine that he's going to come out just like with these any driver that takes the winter to really focus on drifting on Assetto. I imagine just like with the FPV that he's going to come out and be doing some wild stuff that we haven't seen before.
So we do have our next battle here, which is Lance Logan.
Oh,
and
the
Dustin
defending
Rudd.
champ. He's taking the lead. Or is he in the Lance is in the chase?
In the lead. Lance is in the lead.
Okay.
Rudd's chasing.
Both really good. Staying buried through the corner coming into in that big outside zone there. Wow. This is one of the best runs so far, best runs yet. And let's see if they can keep it together and smooth and clean all the way to the very end of the lap. And it looks like that's what they're doing so far, because he's in that last corner. Last corner! No! Lawrence throwing it at the very end.
Oh man, that was online for record. record book performance there. That you can tell Lance is fired up, dude. He wants to come out here and say, nah, he ain't got the gloves off yet, dude. He's
got to keep the pressure on max this next run.
He's got to be buried. Big entry.
But he knows he made a big mistake in that last run. Dustin, that was a sweet way of decelerating through that zone, like you said earlier, pouring on extra. Oh, and he hits the wall!
There it is.
Out of zone 2. No! Wow.
Now here, let's see how this goes out, because while we had an interruption in the run from Lance, we had a 0 run.
Yeah, that was a DNF
from Dustin. How's that gonna play out?
Yeah, I mean, he was very early on in the run. I mean, I think this can only go one way.
For those in the chat wondering, or for anybody watching, yes, we are having the bracket is, for whatever reason, it's lagging out. It's not updating, so give us a little bit there to figure out what's going on there. But we are currently, if you're just tuning in, running it back with Lance Logan and Dustin Rudd. They're going to go one more time.
Oh, okay, so they're running it back one more time, because they
I prefer that.
Both leads. Yeah, this is going to be a killer battle. So they get their nerves unlocked. Dustin dropping them back a little bit there, not keeping quite as buried in the chase, but holding it together. Lance just filling the zone, start to finish. Great runs from both drivers, very deep into each corner.
Oh, phenomenal.
Little decel there, we're perfectly fine.
Yep.
Nice tight transitions, heavy throttle.
There it is. That's the
all the way through to the end for both drivers. That was a beautiful run.
And you know what? And I like that the judges did that.
Yes.
You know, they could have easily probably said that, hey, that's a DNF versus maybe a 0 or maybe a low point. But no, they said, hey, we want to see battles. That's why you're here. It's digital. It's not the end of the world. Let's run this back. Let's give them a show. And you know what? Not disappointing.
They don't need to change tires. This is way better.
I think that is a great decision by the judges.
Nice entry from both drivers. Coming on the second. Nice and clean through that zone. Lance staying buried the whole time into Dustin's door. Dustin keeping it nice and smooth, keeping his door open. I like how he filled that to that zone. This is going to be a tough one. Lance staying really buried. I don't know if there was contact there going through that tight left.
Just a touch.
But nothing to upset the line.
What a
very good run from both drivers.
Phenomenal from both of these guys. That's worth being a judge for right there, man. You get to watch some of that.
You think I got David to make enough to make a decision?
Dude, I can tell you the same thing I tell you every time we're here. I don't want to be a judge. Not after that.
That was a tough one. That one, I think they're going to be looking back through the replay. They're going to be looking for different areas where each driver did something a little different and see if they can, push the bar one way or the other. These three judges have seen they've been around drifting for quite a longer than I have. Some of them, so they know what they're looking for, and they might have enough to make a decision, but it ain't going to be an easy one.
Yeah, I tell you what, dude, I'm not envious. Not right now. That's and I think in my mind, I always think I have who I think wins, right? But the problem is I'm not looking at it like a judge. I'm not paying attention to those things. I'm watching it almost like a hype meter and like a chase or like a proximity. I'm not paying enough attention to the total run. So there's a lot of times where you and I have been like, oh, this guy killed it, right? And then next thing you know, that's not who's on top of the bracket. And then when you look back or you rewatch it and you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense, right? So it's tough, which is also why I'm not saying much about who's winning and losing until I know who's winning and losing, because I gotta tell you, I'm here for the vibes. I am not here for the judging.
I'm hoping we see a decision on that one, because I would think one of the tougher battles of the night to make a decision on if they can pick one way or the other.
For those of everybody following along, we did get the bracket to refresh, so you are now able to see a clean bracket. I tell you what, dude, if I was gonna take a trip to see a Drift Masters event, it would be a tough call. But this place, if you've ever seen Ferropolis lit up at night, they do an insane. And Drift Masters does a great job anyway. They do an insane job of creating an atmosphere that is cool for the driver and for the fans. And I think that's the biggest thing for Drift Masters is like you watch one of their events and you're like, this is crazy, this is so cool, I would kill to be there. FD is awesome. And FD is awesome, but like I just don't feel the same way. Maybe it's personal, maybe I'm wrong, but man, there's just so much more about Drift Masters events that's just cool.
I think it's the fireworks and the flame cannons on entry. That's what we and as they make transitions and stuff like that. How cool is that?
I think our drone pilot agrees. They definitely like to set the stage. Brady says, "Dang man, I just watched my runs. Not the best, but I'll be there in real life one day. Hell yeah, brother. Keep digging."
Dude, you keep doing this game. Keep playing Assetto Corsa. Honestly, it's insane how good you can get. And
I think he wants to go to Ferropolis.
Oh, Ferropolis, that would be sick.
I think he's putting a car together, brother. Tell you what, I'm a huge fan of two things. I'm gonna get a little wisdomy on you. Two things for sure. One, if you have a passion, you chase the passion. Don't plan B it. Don't buy yourself time. Go all out right now. Don't give up. And number two, every rich person, every successful person I've ever met has one thing in common. They all have a vision board or a dream board where they just put things on it and then they just work. And I tell you what, it works. It's weird. It's voodoo hoodoo. It works. And if it works, it's for me. So if you're not doing either of those two things, need to change your path 100%. All right, do we have a battle? First of all, do we have a decision? And we do. Lance Logan moves on to the top 16. Now we're currently waiting. Who is that we're waiting with? Boy, those names are small.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that last run, so there could have been any number of little mistakes that pushed that bar one way or the other. So, I know with how long that decision took, the judges took their time, they reviewed the footage, and each of them they were confident.
So this might be Kyle Tozier and Brian Bennett. I don't see Bryce or Nico. So I'm thinking, yeah, yep.
All right, Brian and Kyle. We got Brian in the lead, putting down a really, really good run, staying deep into the zones. Putting on a clinic, but Kyle just right in tow. This is another really, really clean, smooth, tight lead and chase. Beautiful transition there on bumpers.
Man,
great run.
Great run. Great run.
I mean, this filling all the zones, staying on throttle. I mean, it's not rocket science, but man, it feels like it when you're in the driver's seat. They are. I've got the the YouTube live stream up as well, and seeing some of the replays and how close they were through that whole run is.
Honestly, it does make for a good replay camera if you're us, right? Nobody else has that, but if you're us.
Oh, big scrub from Brian there. Hopefully, he can close that back in. I don't know where that was coming from. I know it was a decel zone.
See,
but he's back into the pocket.
Dude, that second group of corners is tough to catch up on because it's like a 90 there.
And he's not scrubbing the butt. It's not like he shaved a ton of angle in order to maintain that proximity. Whoa, both drivers are really keeping it nice and tight. Oh, wow. All the way through the last corner, just staying stacked.
Solid.
I know Brian might be beating himself a little bit up on that entry there, but he put it back together immediately.
Yeah, it looks like honestly he was just a little late to the throttle. He had that thing full sideways, and I think Kyle just lit it off just a little quicker than he did in the chase, and that was the gap. But he closed it up.
All right. Also, with having I don't know if Chubbs is still watching, but I had very important. I had chicken, sweet potatoes, and some some stuffing for dinner. You know,
Is that where you disappeared off to?
yeah. I had already had it prepped, so I just threw it in the microwave real quick just to get something before this because I knew I'd be starving.
I'm scumbagging it right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. All I've had for dinner is lifesavers and long drinks.
Oh,
I don't think that's dinner.
lifesavers
My
and
wife-
long drinks. Dinner of champions.
Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at. My wife is gonna be so mad at me for that. But I literally walked in the door, let the dog out, and here we were. So
It looks like we do have a winner from that last run. That was Kyle got the win. I think that big bobble from Brian was a sealed the deal on him.
oh,
Now who do we
yeah.
got up because it keeps changing. We got Bryce and is that Bryce in the lead?
Yep, that looks like Bryce and Nico. So yeah, so we Bryce in the lead, Nico follow.
Bit of a bobble there. I don't know where that was coming from there on that last corner. Oh, over rotate on that transition, but very snappy.
Tell you
Lots of
what.
bobbles. Oh no, Bryce. I wonder how many. I know. Don't drink and drive, kids. Last time he was like 5 beers deep before he got into his battle, so I don't wonder what today is like.
I don't know if there's anything more awkward than stumbling out of your sim rig.
Or the problem is, you know, when you're later in the top 32 bracket, you know, the nerves kind of start building a little bit worse. I'd rather be early than later and just get it done. Nico taking another round, taking the lead.
And
That
he's
was
gonna carry a ton of speed there.
beautifully smooth, yeah, very fast through that section.
Yeah, that first corner. If you're way out wide there and you touch that throttle off, man, you pick up a ton of speed in that first center section.
Oh, whoa, no!
And I think we can blame that correction. Nico had that correction in the lead. That was a double there. We'll have to watch that back. Great little finish there, though. Good stuff.
Yeah, ooh, that's
So if you're watching it,
that's a tough one.
I'm live on it right now. Oh, I just passed it. Oh boy, I just passed it. I was looking for the result there of that corner.
Bryce did a great job in the chase that run. Nico, I mean, 95% of that lap was textbook, but that was in. He was in the decel zone, decelling, you know. So it's one of those things where Bryce might have just been a little bit too deep. I did see some contact in the rear there, you know, and that might have been the reason why, you know, why Nico had an issue there. So
Well,
you
and
know,
I'm curious. Nico did add a ton of angle going into that corner. Technically a decel zone, but you know, I think everything's with a grain of salt there. You can't. Decel zone doesn't mean you can pour it on, but I'm curious if they're gonna.
You can definitely pour it on, but you got to be ready for that, you know, in the chase too. And that could have been a chain of things of like, you know, I was expecting him to tap the brakes, but instead he just poured on heavy angle and.
Yep,
you know.
and I dove in thinking I needed to take up some space. Well, we're waiting to
I like
see.
these the deep Johnnies on these cars. I love that they've got the Meisters and the Equipo 5s.
Yeah.
The Equipo 5s on the front on the RX-7 are ridiculous. And then I love it. We got KFs, and what do we got on the front on the Z? I love the nice deep. How are the S3s so like high offset, but like
I don't know.
they're still hot?
So you're a Johnny's guy. You like Johnny's.
Oh, I love big Johnnies. You know, there's a reason. I got LXZs are my favorite.
Oh, dude, I don't. I'm the opposite. I'm not a Johnny's guy.
I'm a wheel guy. I like all the wheels. Every cool
I like
wheel.
wheels. Yeah, I like wheels. You know what I haven't seen, and I know
KFs
why.
are dope.
I want to see somebody run Cosmos S1s on a car for drifting. The problem is they're stupid heavy. On if you get them in a 17 or 18, they are a heavy wheel. When you pick them up, you're like, that's a heavy wheel. But they look so good, dude, on an S chassis S13. If you've seen S13 with Cosmos S1s, I'm a sucker for that.
I feel like did Mike run that? Cosmoses are one thing, they're fine or whatever, but I'm more about my Weds, my Works. You know, those are my two that I like. I just
What about
I like
TEs? Are you so that's a big question. Are you a TE guy or are you not a TE guy?
I'm not a big TE guy. They're really expensive. and
Yeah.
they're cool. They look good on everything. I mean, you can't go wrong with a set of TEs.
I agree, but
You
yeah, I agree
kind of
with
can't
you
go wrong with
twice.
CR Kais.
Yeah, but they're too expensive.
Yeah, they're too expensive. Like, I'd rather get a different wheel.
Yeah,
I'd rather get two of another wheel.
I'd rather get TEs like on knockoffs.
Tee.
Like everybody hates rep wheels, but when you look at the price for friggin' TEs, you're like, well, I guess I'm just gonna not be cool. Whatever.
Well, you just get like a set of CR. You get a set of CR Kais and a set of Gram lights.
Oh yeah.
57 DRs for the same price as your set of TE37s. So it's like you get two sets of really cool wheels. I love 57 DRs. I think they're sick. 57 C6s are cool too, but 6-spoke. And you get a 57 DR and still get the 6-spoke.
Truth. This is true.
And
I'm a big. I like 5-6 spokes. I like the. Yeah, man. I don't know. I will say the battles have grown on me. All the dudes running battles on their S13s. I used to hate that. As time's gone on, as the time's gone on, I'm like, I can't really be mad.
So it looks like we do have a winner from the last battle. That was Nico and Bryce. There was a lot of issues from Bryce in the lead. And then I don't know where they. I don't. There was definitely some contact from the chase driver into the lead driver in that zone transition. So
the chat weighed in too. Jarek says it is a decel zone, but that's just an accidental angle stall on transition. So it seems the chat, or at least some of the chat, believes that there was something to be had there. Although, in the end, that was not enough to overcome a Nico win.
Yeah, I mean Nico put down a great run that time, so can't really I think the judges made a great decision, and look forward to the next battle. We've got
Jarek running now, right?
Oh.
So he was in the chat, and now he's in the seat.
Oh, it looks like he has a buy run. Lewis is also absent. So again, fastest top 32, which is not the worst thing. And we're going to be going into a battle with Danny Fizz and Tony Schmidt, which Tony is my boy. So I'm obviously going to be rooting for Tony because that's just how it is. Nothing against Danny. I just don't know you. Like
what does Tony drive?
Tony drives a C5 right now. He used to have a 350Z. We would bang doors together. There's actually some sick videos from pit race where it's like I'm basically just pushing him around. Dre lays down fantastic runs, super consistent. So
see, I hate that because I know so many people's faces in so many cars, and I don't know names. Every interaction I have at the track, I feel like is a what's up. It starts with a "What's up, dude," and then it's just conversation.
My guy.
I don't even introduce myself. I just like, "What's up?" That's probably not the best. All right, so it looks like we got two cars. Here we go.
We got Danny taking the lead with Tony in the chase. Nice entry from both drivers.
And matchy cars. Look at that.
Very cool.
Fire. You think they put that together?
I think that they texted each other before this to make sure that they did that. Yeah.
That's super cute.
That's super. I mean, that's what you do. That's what you do when you're cute.
That's what you do when you drive with your boys.
Man, Tony. Yeah, both. I mean, both. Danny, I didn't know you like. Oh no, Danny, no! Oh, you were killing it. I was about to say, like, I didn't know you like that, but like, damn, now I do.
Oh, dude. I hope he brought more than one pair of underwear.
Oh man, that'll break your steering wheel if you.
I think turned into a cyclotron real fast.
Oh, and he just held that transition a little bit too long and had a little more sauce than he was planning for.
Is he running direct drive? Somebody check his hands.
Yeah, he might have just broke everything.
Yeah.
Notice he disconnected from the server, so I don't know if that means that he's like. He was killing it, so I don't know what's going on.
Nope.
This is the last battle, top 32.
There he is. We got him back.
Hey, okay.
All right, well, it's reclamation time for Danny.
Danny's just got to keep the pressure on. Keep the pressure on. And hope that Tony makes a mistake, before they end there. And he is keeping the pressure on. Oh, Darius!
Oh!
He took deep into him. Got a little
Pressure
excited
has now
there.
been applied to the front fascia, unfortunately.
Oh, with a big straight in there. Ooh, early on in the run.
Yeah. But all he's got to do at this point, by the looks of it, he's just got to finish the run.
I think he's just got to finish the run because that would be 2 DNFs from in the lead and the chase.
Yeah. Dang, well that's too
And
bad
he
because
is
that had the makings of one
killing
heck of a showdown.
He was buried. Brady was like, or Danny was coming in, like he was coming in with vengeance. You know, he was like, hopefully not gonna hit you, but you're gonna make a mistake.
And that's what's so hard about this track is like you can be deep, but if you're not perfect, it punishes you hard.
Punches you real hard because then you either got to let off throttle and try and find that gap, make that gap up, which is not easy, and then or you hit stuff.
And you got to be quick because it creeps in, man, like fast.
Man, Danny, you were killing it. I will say there was some killer runs. Just had some errors in it. I bet you they get back out here in a jam session afterwards, and they'd be buried in each other's doors 10 laps in a row.
Oh, probably. When you look at the map, when you look at your screen array, the overlay, and you realize through the pattern they're driving that there is not a single corner that is the same. They feel like 3 similar pocketed corners, but you look and they're just it's narrow with an over 180. It's perfectly circular, and then the last corner is just a long stretched out corner. So it's like there's no consistency corner to corner.
And you're building up, and you're coming into those corners with completely different speeds, different angles from different attacks, and it makes them all even that much more unique.
Super dynamic, man. That explains so much about how difficult this track is to drive. Is that you can't treat the corners the same, and it makes you want to because the pattern is kind of like a 3-leaf clover or whatever, right? Like it makes you want to follow a pattern, and you just can't do that.
Yeah, they look the same, but once you're in them, they're not.
Yeah, and Tony taking the win there, by the way, moving to the top 16.
Yep, and I don't know if we're gonna get a Jarek and a Lewis, or if we're moving into the top 16 battle right now. It looks like we're in the top 16 battle with Phil and Lucas.
Yep.
So Phil in the lead, Phil Thibault in the lead with Lucas DeWeerd in the chase.
So I'm trying to see
this is both of their first runs of the evening, because both had bye runs in the top 32, and I am very glad that we're watching this right now because they are staying locked into each other.
2 R32 bye runs in the top 32.
Oh! Yeah, so we're seeing people, they hold that transition a little bit too long and they get buried too deep and they smack that wall.
It's the same spot, man, every time.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as it's wild when with the overhead view, you can kind of see how long they hold it out there, and you're like, oh, they hold it. I think they're gonna hold it out too long, and then they swing it back in and bang the wall. Oh man, that's a tough one, Phil.
So time to run it back. Let's see if he can apply enough pressure to get himself another chance at this.
Yeah, we got Lucas in the lead. We just laid down a really good chase. See if we can keep the door open for Phil. Nice. Oh, that was a beautiful line from both drivers. Well, Phil closing the gap there. Staying in the pocket. Wow. Yeah, Lucas just riding that edge of that line, scrubbing speed nicely. Phil in the zone completely. Phil is staying buried all the way through that big corner. Man,
great stuff.
That was a fantastic run from both drivers. They absolutely killed it. And Lucas was going deep with a lot of angle and heavy throttle. I mean, he was putting on exactly what the judges want to see, which is exactly what the people want to see. Let's see here. Oopsie daisy.
And go ahead and refresh. It looks like we've got a decision.
Do we have a decision? Dun dun dun! Lucas DeWeerd gets the win.
Perfect. On to the grade 8. And
yeah,
now up next, Mello and Bailey. Why not?
And we are cranking through the through this bracket. I tell you what, like I said, fastest top 32 I've ever been in, and that was a great first battle for the top 16, and great runs from both drivers for the first runs of the evening. They didn't have that opportunity to really shake the nerves off and get in the zone. So good job pulling it together.
We're barely coming up on an hour in, and we're already into the second battle of the top 16.
Yep, and then Melo's taking the lead with Bailey White on in the chase. Melo going nice and deep. Headed real tight on that inside clip. Just would have bobbled the cone a little bit if it was in real life. Ooh, that was a tough one, and it looks like Bailey was a little bit too deep going in that corner, and then boxed himself out.
But a textbook.
Melo's car looking like a mellow yellow in the back. And he is just painting the outside of this edge of this track.
Super, super good run there, man. That's once again we're in a situation where the chase driver is now going to have to come out here and just put a ton of pressure on.
I'd love seeing somebody out here in a Miata, too. Like, because when they're all the way in the zone, their whole car is in the zone.
They have become one with the zone.
One with the zone. Ooh, nice entry. In the lead right there. Heck, what an angle.
Big flick. Man, he's getting all of these zones right now is just locked.
Wow, absolutely locked in from both drivers, keeping it super deep, tons of angle, tons of throttle, great proximity. I mean,
what a lead.
This is an animalistic run right now. I mean, this is on both ends just exactly what you're looking for.
This is textbook top 16.
This is like if they were in the finals together and then we're doing this run over and over again, we'd be here all day.
Oh man. Tell you what.
And I see in that last zone that that Melo got a little bit of door there, and that was pretty sweet. Bailey just was like staying in it and just a little ding.
Well,
so I love seeing some door.
Unfortunately, that run was not enough for Bailey to overcome that mistake on the first run, and Melo takes the place.
Dum dum dum. Which Melo put it down with that run. You know, he definitely earned that one. Just sad to see the mistakes, but that second run for both drivers, awesome. Now we got Nate and Damien. Nate in the lead.
I'm a big Damien fan.
Big Damien, big Nate fan. I'm a big fan of both of these drivers. Oh, Nate going wide there. That's gonna be a tough one.
I like how he smoothed that out though. He made that look
very smooth.
He made that look real smooth. He's like, hey, I was gonna try to be there.
I knew where I was going.
I knew where I was.
Missed my point. That happens. And Damien just maintaining that proximity that we love to see from him every single time. Oh no! Maybe giving him a little boost there, keeping him at an angle at the end there.
Yeah, a little help. He had a little help
there. Sometimes you gotta help your friends out, and you just be like, hey, we're all in this together.
Hey, buddy, the line's a little over here, but don't worry, I got you.
I see on the corner right before that, Damien gave him a little tap too and gave him a little more angle, and it looks sweet.
He did. I don't think he could have been more in that corner after that.
Yeah. Great run. I mean, that was a great run for both drivers. Just some mistakes from Nate that we'll see what happens once they switch it up here.
Well, I think Damien's going to give a pretty crazy lead. So if I'm Nate, man, I've got.
Nate's nice and buried in him. He might be getting a little bit over sauce on the last corner, but he keeps it together. Great job. That was sick. And he is just maxing out that proximity meter right now, not giving Damien an inch.
Man, look at this. Perfect.
Oh,
boy.
He is just transitioning into his door every single time. Great job, Nate. And you're not hitting him or nothing. This is good. Just keeping it super tight. Lots of angle.
Oh, tries to just give it just a little more. What a great lead. What a great chase, man. Now we're shaping up to be something worth sitting in for. This is
exciting now, yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling way more hype now that we got people putting it down. The
track, for those of you asking, is Ferropolis, and this is a track from Germany that is featured on Drift Masters during their normal season. Usually the runs are ran at night, and everything is lit up in neon lights, including all of these very, very large cranes, and it is insane. Vibes 100 for 100.
We have a winner for that last battle.
And we do on the refresh. Damian Vitt takes the win, moves on to the grade 8.
Dun dun dun. Both drivers laid down a great run, so I'm sure it just came down to mistakes there. But great job, Nate. Good job, Damian. That was sick. I love these. These are like a chain of really good runs. I mean, Phil and Lucas. I mean, there was. I think every single one. There's been mistakes in one part, and then just absolute heater in the second part. And I think this next run, we may see 2 heaters back to back.
Did we have a disconnect or no? Okay, you went back to the pits.
All right.
Hey, you know what? Let's give credit where credit's due, because this is not like any other one we've done. The drone work here. Hey, you know, for whatever reason, when they built this map, you can hit everything, and he's had to dodge trees and cranes and banners and cars, and I honestly, watching him, I figured out that there's a couple things I thought you could fly through that you can't fly through. So I'll give him credit for chasing these cars, because there's a lot of things in the way.
Beautiful entry in first corner for both drivers. All right, this is exactly what we were expecting.
Oh, big angle. Let's go.
Is that Abdullah in the lead, right? Oh,
It is
fantastic.
Richard in the lead. Oh, big
Richard in the lead with Abdullah buried in behind him. Both drivers are absolutely putting it down this run. I mean, the trucks, they're within a foot each of each other the whole time. But she might have boxed himself out a little, but who cares? We love the proximity. Great run from both drivers.
I mean, love that, dude. That was stellar stuff.
And even Abdullah gave Richard a little bump into the wall before going in that last tight left transition, and Richard just held it together like nothing happened. It didn't even matter.
And
he just got him a wall tap.
The pressure's perfect, but they still drove, right? Like it wasn't too much. It was perfect.
Drove like animals.
Now Richard has to answer the call. Abdullah to put down a heater lead, I'm sure. Richard's got to show he can chase too.
Yeah, let's see if Abdullah can put together a really clean lead. I mean, they're going to be in a really tough position at that point.
I like that chase
fantastic
there from Richard.
Nice and smooth for both drivers right there. Oh, Abdullah's a little too deep.
Pressure.
Oh, he knew he had to go. He had to put it at 100%, and that's what he came in for. But hey, he's put it back together. This time we don't need to call the runs early. And he's staying nice and deep. Ooh, another overcut
again. Love it though. I love that he's staying in this. He's like, look, mistakes are mistakes. I ain't quitting.
Yeah, he didn't stop. He didn't stop at all.
I'm sure he's frustrated.
Roll back there.
I'm sure he's frustrated, but I tell you what, top-notch driving by both these dudes. They are putting down absolutely heat laps every time. Obviously, Richard moves on to the grade 8, but hats off to Abdullah, man.
Yeah, Richard put down a beautiful lead, and then Abdullah, I mean, again, seeing him get better and better, and putting the practice in, he was absolutely buried in him the whole time, and I'm sure that's what you can tell that's what he enjoys the most is getting in there and getting in somebody's door.
Yeah, I followed both of those dudes since the early competitions, and they've been consistent every time. They're driven hard, dudes are practicing, but they're still having fun. You can tell by the way they drive. They're in there just laughing, dude, just having at it.
Dude, that's how you kill it. That's how you kill it in competitions. You just go out there and rip around and have a good time. Because once you take the pressure off, I mean, I feel like every driver is just as capable of winning this as the next one. But it's the mental state that's really, really, really is the challenge, and the consistency that's associated with being in the right mental state.
Well, and that's what you worry about, right? As Richard, as your chase, it was great for him to realize that I don't need to bury the first corner. He didn't go all the way in, but he gave himself a good angle to drive in deep after the first corner. And, looks like a little mix up there on the first corner, boy.
Yeah, so Jacob's in the lead with Noah Sroka chasing.
I think Noah was just offline, just coming way hot.
But hey, at least he's putting it back together, and he's not gonna let this run go completely unanswered.
For sure. But yeah, those dudes, man, it was cool to see that he had enough control to calm himself down, put himself in the perfect position to enter that first corner, and then he just put pressure on the whole rest of the lap.
And it's easy to come into that first corner way too aggressive. So that's the smart thing to do. When you know that you're you're in a good spot, you don't want to blow it on that right off the bat.
Yep.
So going into this second battle with Jacob and Noah, Jacob in the chase and Noah in the lead. Noah's on a bit of a disadvantage after the last one, but anybody's game. You know, I didn't over till the fat lady sings, right?
Yeah, and I'll even take the cat lady singing. Oh
yeah, the cat lady. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, that's not the right one.
Sometimes the cat lady does sing.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
definitely
don't
know
know if
cat
she's
lady.
as classically trained as the fat lady, but you know, we'll take it. It's probably some Avril Lavigne or something.
It's a little more modern.
He looked like he just said, I don't really know if I need to swerve here. I'm just gonna take a straight line, and Cone said, no, you're not.
Oh, okay.
Great entry this time.
Jacob keeping it buried into Noah's door. Noah putting on a great entry, keeping his door open, filling the zones. I mean, this is the exact. Going a little deep there.
Ooh, a little deep. He's gonna
Let's see if we can keep.
That was a gift. That was a gift from Jacob.
little bonus slides, little bonus angle.
Bonus bump.
I love bonus bumps.
Good entry here.
That's always good when you have the chase driver that's so close that they can just keep you in check the whole time. Great run from Jacob, but and great run from Noah. You know, great lead.
Yeah. Yep. But I think once again we've got some pretty decisive battles happening all throughout the bracket.
Yeah, whether they're they're not there, which both drivers from there, they actually that was their first battle on track. They had they both had bye runs. They both in their last battle because of absentees. So I definitely know that there's some additional pressure there that they didn't have there.
And Jacob takes the win. Moves on. Who's who in the chat's excited for the real season?
Dude, I'm in the chat. I'm excited for the real season.
I'm about to be in the chat.
Oh my god.
I'm real excited. This is the first time in probably 4 years I've started a season with a working car, and
it's kind of important.
I'm gonna have to take some trips outside of our events because I have the need to drive horribly.
Yeah, I was thinking about. I really want to do it. Hopefully, like later in the season or something like that. But go back to Audubon Country Club and hopefully bring the Z because I think that is so much fun with a fast car.
We'll have to take a team trip or something and just go. That way we can all just chill and drive. It gets tough, right? Like we try to give everybody a little chance to get some laps in, right? Because we spend so much time setting the events up and working the events that, you know, by the time the season's done, we're like, man, I didn't do anything. I just did this. So we try to sprinkle in some driving for everybody in the meantime, but it's easy to get away from you, and your mind is, you're still thinking about the event. You're not just chilling.
Oh yeah, always.
It's really hard.
It's a tough thing to maintain, and it's surprising how little you'll end up driving when you're focused on like trying to make sure that everyone else can go drive.
Oh yeah.
And that's something that we put I love that we put as a big priority here at MMDC is just like we want people to get laps. We want people to get out there and drive. You know, and so we run a nice hot track, but
yeah. The attention to time on grid is big, right? Like we don't want anybody to have to sit. Like I hate going to events where grid's a parking lot, right? And you're just like, oh my god, because then you get tired if you're not wearing like a cool suit or something. Some guys have cool suit. I never have. I don't even have any heat deadening on my firewall, so I'm just in there baking, and it makes you want to get out of the car. You're like, I want to drive, but I'm freaking dying here.
Oh yeah, I know where we got. So next to battle up, we got Brandon in the lead with Lance in the chase. See what we got in store. I'm sure we got some more excitement.
This is important for Lance.
Brandon had a bye run in his last win, so you know the pressure's just dialed up that little bit more, and also going up against the defending champ for these last two battles.
Well, I'm gonna burst the bubble here and let you know that because those little letters are so hard to see.
Oh no!
Nico Centino and Kyle Tozier battle it out, and that is Kyle. Ooh, who clips the wall?
Oh no!
DNF.
Thank you for the correction. I didn't realize that it had changed.
Yeah, and I'm guessing we probably had some connection issues or something with one of them, which is why we bounced the bracket real quick. But yeah, we're watching Nico and Kyle, and that was a double DNF.
Yeah. Can we just call a mulligan on that run? Is that an option? Did they go into that in the drivers' meeting?
We probably can.
Just mulligan and run it back? All right, so we got Kyle in the lead now with Nico in the chase.
Yep.
That makes sense. I see the RX. That's why the RX. I'm like, why did they end the RX-7 now? Great entry from those drivers right there. Keeping it chill.
By Nico. Deep. Oh man, great.
They are
great
locked into each other.
Yeah, these are mirrored driving. The proximity is not insane, but the angle.
I thought that was an over rotate right there, but he just used that to scrub a ton of speed and it locked him right into where he wanted to be. That was sweet. Nico's keeping it buried in him the whole time.
Yeah, dudes are driving their heads off.
That was a stupendous lap. I know that last run. That was tough. That was tough with the incident on that transition. I don't know what happened there.
So I wonder what we do here. I wonder what the decision is going to be. Do they tell him you got to run it back? You got to make him do it again. It's looking that way. Yep, we are going to run it to the pits because they both just disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious because there's a lot going on there that the judges have to figure out. Like, all right, well, there was a lot that just happened. Which way do we go with this? And there is a decision. There is a decision on that.
There is a decision. It is.
Yep.
And it's Nico Centino moving on to the grade 8. And I'm tempted to pull in our judge. Do
we have a moment?
I think they're swapping out.
Yeah, may as well.
We definitely want some clarity.
Make sure
we got Tyler. Tyler, hey, tell us about that decision, man. That was kind of a weird battle. What happened there?
Yeah, so we were looking at the replay through the drone with the YouTube cam, and I would just rewind it a whole bunch. Watching it like 6 times, it looked like Kyle impeded on Nico's chase or Nico's lead, and he caught his rear bumper and shot him inside. So we faulted that crash on Kyle.
Okay, and that was that transition.
That transition in from outer 3 into outer 4. We said that they could decel a little bit between 3 and 4 there. To get a little handbrake stab to let the car rotate hard, and Kyle just impeded on that.
That makes sense.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that's why that second run was pretty much just a make sure you make it happen and you're good.
Yeah, Nico just needed to make sure Nico needed to make sure he got a chase in on him.
Gotcha. Well, that makes a lot more sense.
That second run was sick,
great,
though.
Kyle's lead run was fantastic.
Fantastic. That second run was sick.
It was so good. It's really unfortunate that issue was just so clear to us. Because if it was a little harder to see or a little bit more understandable of an area, we would have definitely ran that again because that was a really good battle. But it was just super clear to us that there was an impedance there.
Gotcha. Well, hey, you know what? Sometimes that's the way that the cards fall. So we'll get you back there for this next battle. But hey, thanks for clearing that up for us because we're flying a little blind here.
Oh yeah, all good.
See you, brother.
So now I don't know if we have Brandon and Lance or do we have Jarek and Tony on the line.
We've got Tony on the line. Long-time listener, first-time caller. So, Jarek and Tony gonna break it down for us.
This is gonna be exciting. I know Jarek's been chilling and waiting and ready.
Well, I know both those cars are running JZs if they're built right, so I know I'm gonna take some flack for that from some people. But
all right, so they're pulling off the line. Jarek in the lead. Tony in the chase. Tony being right close on entry as you do.
Whoa.
Ooh, Jarek, not get filling that first zone.
Yeah, the power over the car didn't rotate. Didn't get him out there.
But he's got a whole rest of a lap to prove what he's capable of, and Tony is proving what he's capable of. That's for sure. He is just keeping it buried in Jarek's door right now.
Well,
Not impeding him, giving him plenty of room for transition.
Good on Jarek for cleaning this lap up, man. This is the rest of this looks pretty strong. I mean, a little deeper there, but
Yeah, a lot stronger finish.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
So it sucks whenever when you don't get to get that first lap in, you know. So coming in from, he's just been waiting. He's been waiting, and he didn't get that run to get the nerves out.
Yeah, it's a cold start, man. That's tough.
Very tough. Yeah, I'll say it. You know, one thing that blew my mind about doing Assetto comps is that you could really get the start jitters that you would get in real life. You know, it's all the same stuff. So it's perfect practice for that.
Yeah.
So that you don't have the jitters going into real life.
100%. All right, lap 2. Let's do it.
Tony in the lead. See what kind of entry he throws here. He knows that he's at a bit of an advantage. Well, maybe he doesn't know.
Oh.
Nice, keeping it really tight on that inside clip.
Oh. Oh. All right. Oh, and we've got a pass.
A little burst pass action.
Oh yeah, a little Mo the Ham and hairpin swapperino.
I think Tony might have just like lost a rocker arm or something because
Dude,
that's our 20 looks like it's just knocking along.
Tony chopping the rear end off.
You had them on the big jobs.
So for those of you that don't know, that was Brady's first competition at all. That's pretty cool. I like to hear that stuff. That's awesome. Whether it's virtual or not, man, like you said, the jitters are still there. You still get the feeling of you're competing. You're head to head, man.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Jack says, "I'm ready. April 11th. Let's go, baby."
Yeah, that's actually a great moment to bring that up. So as we're rounding off, I don't know if we're going to see a battle from Brandon and Lance. I don't know what's going to go on with that. But I do know what's going on at Jackson Speedway on April 11th, and that's our season opener. That's our first drift event of the year.
You know what's funny about our season openers is that even though they're they are the season, right? It's like shaking off the cobwebs. It's always meant to be like a good startup event. For whatever reason, our season openers are like hype.
So hype.
I don't know if it's because we haven't driven all winter, or if it's just because like everybody's super pumped to see everybody else, or I don't know, dude. But the vibes, the experience every year of the season opener is awesome.
It's because you got to set the tone. You got to set the tone for the year, and that it's supposed to be hype from the get-go, all the way to the finish line.
Well, the tone we set is just phenomenal. Like we start at the top.
Exactly.
We never start at the bottom.
That way you don't have that far to go. You're already there. You just keep the vibes high, and you won't have to struggle to keep them high. You know, they're already there.
Yeah, you just crank the knob to 11 and snap it off.
It's so much fun. I'm really excited. I mean, this I think that, you know, especially it's not like, oh, this is cool. I'm sorry, I'm watching Ben fly through on the replay up above. But it's like, you know, we've been doing this for a couple years, really dialing in our processes and building the team, and you know, I mean, as always, this is going to be our best season yet. You know, we're just everything's just getting better and better and better across the board. The drivers are getting better, the cars are getting better, the track's getting better, the music's getting better. You know, like it's fantastic.
I love it because it's like watching drifting being born again in Michigan. Because when we started, right, like the C group, it was a heavy C group, a lot of new fresh faces, a lot of guys that haven't driven in a while. Like it was kind of I don't want to say it wasn't a rough start, right? But it was like definitely a restart. You could feel it. And then
a whole new thing, like a whole, especially with Jackson, like this like tiny little go-kart track, you know. So that's even more so like, wow, it's like we are starting at the beginning in a lot of ways.
Yeah, well, but then on top of that, like as years have gone on, we've grown and grown and grown, and now it's like man, now it feels like we feel like the drifting is legit in Michigan. Like it was legit before, right? But like, man, it kind of, when we lost MI drift and things kind of slowed down and COVID hit and everything, it was like, man, it didn't just put the brakes on the process, dude. It killed everything.
Well, because that was like there was no, now there's nothing nearby, you know, especially, you know, all of us, especially in the Detroit area, you know, there's nothing, everything was 4 hours away after that point. And so it's like, it's really hard for a lot of people to want to keep going with the sport when you got to drive forever every time, and it's not accessible.
It's a lot to take on to get there. It's expensive. Right, and then God forbid, like it's
so
one
much
thing
time.
to show up to your local track and have an issue and not get to drive and at least hang out. It's another thing to drive 5 hours and unpack the car and have a problem.
Yeah,
like that is a terrible feeling.
That's been a huge thing for me, is just having the fact that we have a place that's nearby that is sick and that I want to do a million laps at, because it's not just another oval track or something like that. It's not a skid pad. You know, this is a drift track. You know, it's a go-kart track and an oval that has been turned and evolved into a legitimate drift track. But you can push your limits as far as you want to go. You know, it gets a little, and that's amazing. That's never existed here. We've never had a place to do this type of driving close by so often.
Well, to give everybody a peek behind the curtain too. When we talk in the off season, and we did talk in the off season a lot about this, and it's always been the focus at the forefront, is maintaining, like keeping it simple, for the hopes that the culture we build is a place where drivers get cool tracks, plenty of seat time, don't have to sit on grid, don't have to spend a fortune. Right, like every year we talk in the off season, our focus is, while we're trying to grow the program and find cool things, we're also at the same time trying to preserve everything that makes our events great, which is the fact that you're not paying a fortune to go, that it's kind of central and close and everybody can kind of get there within an hour or two, and that it's not always the same, and then we're growing and there's excitement. That fires me up, dude. We talk so much about it.
What also fires me up is we have the next battle going right now. I actually don't know who's on the line because of what's been jumped around.
So this is Brandon and Lance, with Brandon in the lead and Lance in the wall.
Oh no!
Not great. Not great. We'll see.
Brandon painting the edge of the track the way that you're supposed to. This is
We'll
beautiful.
see how this plays out, Cotton.
Man, I know that's a moment for Lance that he's gonna beat himself up a little bit later.
Yeah, I don't know if you can throw a sim rig, but he's definitely throwing the controller on that one. That's frustrating for a guy that's been just putting down heaters for 2 months straight.
Well, he knows what he has to do now. He has to put down the hottest.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get that license plate for his car. Is what's gonna happen.
Let's see what happens. Brandon knows that he's off to in a great spot right now. Curious
that's
to see how he takes
pressure.
advantage of it.
That's pressure in and of
Yeah,
itself.
he's just got to keep it clean. He's got to keep it good and clean. Oh, almost impeding the lead right off the rip there, though.
Yeah, but they
But
cleaned it up.
he's good and clean and buried. That's what it's supposed to be.
Straighten. Oh boy, he's gonna lose some ground here. Oh,
Yeah.
he's gonna clip. Ooh.
His little straight in the lead that kind of made a little bit of a slinky.
And Lance with the comeback story here. Oh, it's in the wall.
Oh
Big
no!
Big
Was
correction.
there contact there too?
I don't think there was. I think they just both washed out a little bit. Great finish. Boy, but the question's gonna be, was there anything in that run that would constitute the equalization of a DNF?
And there was seeing back on the replay, no contact there. So Lance was given all the clean space that he needed, and just banged it off the walls a little bit.
So with that, do we finally have someone
Dun dun dun!
who's toppled our champion?
He's got the finally got taken out. That would be his first loss of the
Literally of
virtual
our
series.
entire season.
That's
of the
insane.
entire virtual. Boy.
But yeah, Colin Jackson is so lit. I love that track. It's so much fun.
Dude, just the places we go, just where we go and what we do is so much fun.
Yeah.
I get so fired up, like just having the events.
Mm-hmm.
I never imagined in 100 years when I said I want to do this, and then everybody, you know, and you came on board and everybody was here. I never in 100 years thought it would get to this point. I didn't know we were going to grow it to this extent, and it's not that I wouldn't have wanted to. It's that I just wanted some drifting. I just was tired of no driving. I didn't care if it was 3 events a year at Corrigan. I didn't care.
Dude, and that's what actually like attracted me so much to wanting to be a part of this, is because that's been the case, and it's always the case. Like the fact that that's the only thing that you care about, and it's so true. You know, it's like we just need good events that people can go to here. You know, and that's what you've created. Like you've really like ensured that we have an organization that can be like, yeah, we're gonna make sure that there's drift events, and that's what we're focused on at its core, is sustainability. You know, with this, it needs to be sustainable for everybody, so that there can always be drift events.
Oh sure, and I will say, I've said it in meetings, I've said it in driver meetings and everything. It's the professionalism and kindness that our drivers show the tracks.
Oh my God!
That have taken our success and cemented them in our opportunities. Because if we've pulled off some cool stuff, right? We've gotten ourselves into some great tracks, great opportunities. But at the end of the day, if it wasn't for the drivers being so respectful, cleaning up after themselves, respecting the facility, and being welcoming to the community around that place, it would have been a one and done scenario every time.
Exactly, and that's it's like you know, we're just like this little ship, you know, that's here to bring people on it, and the drivers are just the rocket booster that's propelling it to the moon. Because that's the consistent respect that everybody experiences from these drivers is what makes it like helps makes it so special, and it really builds a community, like this really tight-knit community, and of just everyone's excited to be there, and everyone's helpful, and it's so cool, especially, you know, really seeing it, you know, that sentiment perpetuate throughout everyone, and how everyone treats each other as a result of it, to where it's like everyone's just so helpful, and everyone's like across the board, you know, to other drivers, to us as the host, to the facility, to everything, to really just make sure that everyone's has a great positive experience, to spectators, to passengers, everything, crew members. I mean, everyone is just absolutely killing it. Like, you know, we get rowdy around bunches as much as we do, but everybody's smart about it, you know, and that is. It's like it's a hard line to toe whenever you're like, well, we kind of just want to do really dumb stuff in our cars and just dumb stuff in general, but also, you know, we want to come back. And I think everyone does a really good job with that, and it would be impossible to do without such a consistently positive and helpful community.
For sure. Well, we've got Colin Weaver in the chat. He says he's about 2 hours away, depending on how he drives. So he wants to get a car, and he wants to get out there. And I say, even if you don't get a car right now, you need to come out and hang out if you haven't, because it's kind of like taking a test drive in a new car. By making you do that, I'm probably forcing you to get a car by accident. But at the same time, I only do that because I also know that you're going to love it so much that if you experience it, you can't not. All right. We've got some action here. What's going on?
We're set up for some action. I'm not seeing a choice from that Brandon and Lance fight.
No, and I'm seeing Brandon and Lance on the line.
Hey guys, I wanted to hop over here to talk about that one because I know it's super weird.
Super weird. Give it to us.
So we went one more time with it because we felt the crash in Lance's chase was a shared fault to the lead. We said that should be on power zone. And we see a break in the tire smoke twice from the lead car. So he like initiates, gets off throttle, gets on throttle, gets off throttle, and that kind of looks like it chokes Lance out. Looks like Lance is also kind of being aggressive there. So it's kind of a shared fault issue with that. So Lance didn't really get a chase because of it. And then we're looking at Brandon's chase, and he straightens up twice in it. And even though Lance has the little tap in outer 6, we think they're equal mistakes on both parts from both leads and both chases.
Okay. Well, like I said before, I'm super happy. I would rather see a one more time in a situation very gray than a choice that is baked in people that are going to doubt.
Yeah. We want to make sure we make the calls with 100% confidence, and there was not there to go either way. We went back and forth quite a few times.
And those are, and you mentioned some pretty critical mistakes from both drivers. That so it's like there's kind of not much that you can really do much else with it. So
yeah,
it'll be good to
that outer one or that outer one to inner one is we said like quick lift off throttle to set the car, and it just looked like it was just too much decel. So like the whole rest of the run is kind of like we don't know what would have happened.
Yeah, because you just by messing up that first corner, you kind of throw out the rest of it.
Yeah,
for sure.
So cool. Rather to see it clean. It was sloppy on both parts.
Thank you for the insight.
Yeah. Well, hell yeah.
That helps a lot.
Let's rip it back, man.
Sweet. So we got Brandon in the lead, Lance in the chase. They're running it back. You guys just heard the reasoning why. Makes sense. So that means that both drivers, they just were basically given a little gift to put it down this run. And here they go.
Kick it off. Let's see if they've got some cleaner laps in them now.
Nice entry from Brandon.
Lance putting the pressure on, though. He says, hey.
Oh, over-rotating coming out of there, though.
Ooh, he says, you should have never let me get another run at this. He is going to put the pressure on heavy.
Oh.
Brandon with a great lead there. Right there. Good.
This is some mistakes from both drivers on this run that makes it... It's going to be a challenge.
Lance is running shallow, almost like he's not got enough. He's got not creating enough speed.
It's like he's got too little tire pressure. He needs to bump the tire pressure up by like 15 psi, and so that he can keep angle.
Or are these boys playing with diff setups and everything else? I mean, you can kind of get wild.
Yeah, that's very true.
You can create a fast car, and a fast car in this place would be kind of dangerous.
There's a little bit of a bobbly run. A lot going on there. A lot of information to decipher from that one, honestly. Oh, and then incident coming off of the line.
Oh boy.
Oh, the excitement was too much.
The plot thickens, man.
Oh. Mulligan?
I'm watching this back. I'm trying to see. Did he clip? No. Lance just drove to the inside a ton.
Yeah.
But the question remains.
I don't know how they covered that, because I know most of the time, we'll just say most of the time it's, as the chase driver, you got to give that lead driver room to come way over if they're going to do a flick.
Yeah, yep.
And I don't know if Lance has been doing that flick, because that's always, you'll see that argument of like, have they been doing that, or did they just start doing it just now?
But as an argument, even if he just started doing it.
There we go. Okay, they're running it back. Yeah. That's good. This is good.
Yes.
Like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that was probably the thing, and Lance is putting it down now. Brandon's putting it down.
Lance's part in putting pressure on in a different way.
Putting lots of pressure on him right now. Wow, he is keeping really good proximity. Getting dangerous there, getting into the end of that corner, though. Danger. He's definitely keeping a lot of angle, really good proximity, staying a little deeper. I mean...
Ooh, little bobble there, but good otherwise.
Really good run from both drivers. Now the judges have data to make some decisions.
Yeah, I love the pressure that Brandon put on that run. He didn't let Lance run away with it. Lance is running on pure fury at this point. Looks like he's gonna strong arm his way to a decent lap here if he can. So both dudes putting it down.
Very, very cool. A little contact there at the after the very end of the lap. That's sweet. I see in the so we got Ayabe 817. It's excited to see you out there with the family this year. Jackson's so much fun with the family. Just bring like a chair and I would recommend bringing a chair and maybe like an umbrella or a canopy to hang out under, for the sun, and you'll have a nice, comfortable place to hang out all day. And bring a helmet. If you have a helmet, bring a helmet. We have rentals as well, but bring a helmet. It's a good family fun environment, family friendly environment. Everyone's super friendly and helpful, which is cool. And it's rad. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. We also put in a bunch of barriers so you can get way closer to the action this year, which is even more exciting. I'm really excited to see how the opening day feels. The fact that we can be 15 feet closer to the track edge. That's going to be hype.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the fence, man, is that people didn't realize that was an insurance thing we had to make sure of.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, very tight on entry there. Very cool. This is Mello and Lucas. Both drivers who put on clinics in their last run. Very tight. Lots of that straight
Foreign
from
on the
Lucas there
angle.
going into that zone is tough. This is a great run. Heavy throttle from both drivers. I like that both cars match. That Miata is just disappearing though, which is awesome.
Small Miata.
And then I see that we got Up in Smoke drifting also that is going to try and come out to an event this year. That'll be sweet. Definitely get out there. Car's done. Fantastic to be here because that's the hardest part.
Colin's like, it's kind of a jump. We did play with that jump before it was as clean. Not great.
Mello going super deep there off of the entry. Throwing Lucas for a little curveball. I think it's the Miata. The Miata is definitely throwing him off a little bit.
Well, and the rhythm. The whole rhythm's different. There we go. Now we're getting into it.
Whoa. Lucas sacrificing a lot of angle to try and maintain that proximity.
Yeah, it's... Oh, man.
I think the Miata's throwing him off, man. It's crazy. The little car just handles differently.
Well, and he's just carrying a ton of speed with so much angle that...
Ton of speed.
He's trying to... If you watch the replay, he's trying to stick with him. He's just trying to stay there. And it's not that he couldn't, but it's like, how do you tuck in on that? There's half the car's gone.
Exactly.
The 32 is twice as long.
That's the pro tip right there for sure.
The nose would be out past the front, and he'd still be buried on the back.
Yeah, and that was a good run. And then we do have a decision of that. You might not be surprised to hear, but the little Miata from Mello was doing the thing.
The first person to 360 jump the transition to the oval is getting kicked out. 100%. I might be impressed. Yeah. I'm still kicking you out.
You can't.
Oh, it's all in good fun, but yeah, that's not a great idea. You think it's cool till you realize how much speed you actually need to make that a quote-unquote jump, and then you realize how fast the tires on the backside straightaway come at you after.
We got Damien and Richard right now, though. Damien in the lead with Richard in the chase, and this is they're just two paintbrushes held by the same artist.
Oh man, that's pretty. Dude, I'm having trouble with words today. I'm not sure what it is. The struggle's real. It's probably the ADHD.
I mean, I don't have much to say when I'm watching this because it's just like I said, they're two peas in a pod. Like, I mean.
Yeah, that was textbook.
Yeah.
Run it back. Oh.
Yeah,
it
was.
The drone shots here are just.
Colin, it was me. To answer that question.
It was me. I was the 360.
Yeah.
It was the one.
I was the one jumping the asphalt ramp. Hey, Richard, that was a sick entry.
Oh, let's go.
Damien saying buried on him.
Yeah, what a hell of a chase there.
This combo, these two have just been doing the damn thing. So to see this is exactly what I hope to see right now, because this is
Big Richard energy and getting
Big, yes.
Let's go, baby.
Dang, Vent's just saying buried. Oh, I can't wait to drive him.
I
I
can't
hope Richard
wait
comes out to one of the events too, because dude looks like he'd be a riot to drive with.
Dude,
That-
he better. I'm gonna be upset if he doesn't.
I think we're gonna need some insight from the judge. I don't know if they're gonna have a decision for this battle, if it's gonna go one more time or whatever. But that was a very, very good battle. I would love to hear a breakdown of it. Whatever happens, like, oh, we saw this and we saw that. You know,
That's
'Cause
wild to me.
there was a lot to look at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of little instances of adjustments or manipulating the car. Was it the lead? Was it the chase?
But it was
That's
smooth. Like, it was smooth. It looked good. I mean, there was no real, minor error, but like there's no real mistakes from either driver in both of those runs. I mean, they could run that back 5 more times and still probably end up with it one more time if they wanted to. Like that, I'm curious because that was cool. That was cool to see. It was cool to see it that close of a fight. Which is what I want to see.
That was sick. I don't know, man. That's a tough call, dude. So now the judges are actually having to get to work on it because up until now, they haven't had an easy job, but it hasn't been difficult. But boy, as the bracket goes on, they earn their cheese, man.
Yeah, like I wonder if they're gonna be like, yeah, we had to watch the replay like 3-4 times to figure that one out.
Yeah. At some point too, you just got to say, you know what, run it back. This is a tough track. I think this is a tough track to run it back and be that good every time.
Yeah, you submit them to a war of attrition, basically. How many times can you make it through without making big mistakes?
Oh, what a killer move from the drone pilot. Ugh. That was nasty. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're gonna have a tough one with that one. And
Yeah, I'm not envious.
I mean, looking ahead at these, I'll go ahead and pull the bracket down here whenever it swings back over.
It looks is that Jacob that's pulled to the line, innocently pulled to the line? No, it is, but we've got Lance at the line. So we've got Jacob at the line and Lance. And they're running it.
Oh, we do have a winner for the last battle. Richard Cho.
Go.
Richard Cho got the win over Damien in the last one.
Wow, that was close,
I know that was,
man.
That had to be close.
That's awesome. Good battle. All right, Lance, Chase, Jacob, lead.
Jacob putting on a great lead right now. Let's see if he can keep it all the way through to the finish line. Ooh, that was a late transition, but it worked out well for Lance.
Yeah, it gave Lance the ability to get up in there because the first half of this run, he's a little lackluster. There it is. Very.
There it is. Yeah, that little delayed transition from Jacob put Lance right onto his door and held it in through the end of the lap.
All right, well, time to run it back. Let's get after it, boys. Now we've got Lance in the lead.
Pressure's on for Jacob because he just put down a great lead, and let's see if he can keep that followed up with a fantastic chase. I love this big flick from Lance. That's what we like.
His entries on there are great.
Well, it sets him up really nicely for this little straightaway too. To make it makes it for a nice smooth transition. So that's big bonus points for me. If I was judging, I'd like, yeah, his entry is more gangster, so he gets plus 10 points.
But boy, Jacob making him earn it. He is
seriously
buried.
He has not given up an inch.
Big bully. Big bully. Oh boy.
All the way through to the end.
I love that.
That was a good lap. That was a great lap from both drivers. I mean, there might have been some things that one did better than the other, but both did great. Both.
I would. If I was either of them, man, I'd be pretty fired up about that run. That's how you want to win. Whoever wins, that's how you want to win.
Yeah.
And that's how you want to lose if you lose.
A good full lap that you can actually make. Like, all right, I did good. You did good. We both did good. All right, let's see how we did.
Who did gooder?
Who did go there, exactly.
Boy, this is, we went from 0 to 100 real quick on the judges.
Yeah, they went from being like, all right, well, I guess it's that one, to I guess it's that one, and like, oh, we got a bunch of absences to be like, oh no, how do we? This is a tough one now. Yeah, and that was Jacob in the S14, the red S14, and then Lance was in the is that white Altezza? Or was it S14?
No, they're both S chassis.
White S13. Yeah.
Yeah.
So battle of the S chassis.
Either way, S chassis wins. It's great. That's a great
Chassis
day.
wins, yep.
Yeah, S chassis best chassis.
I'm curious if they're gonna if the Miata is gonna take the crown tonight though. That'd be pretty wild.
That would be really wild.
And what do we got for prizes for this one? We got some new shirt design, new merch designs.
We do have a new shirt design, and that shirt, if I'm not mistaken, we've got some merch that's gonna launch. Fresh merch launching at the very first event.
Exactly. You know, we're getting we got some shirts, we got some hoodies, we got some beanies.
I'm always a big fan of a good hoodie.
I am so pumped for these hoodies. We got both style. We got a really nice Carhartt midweight and a Nike kind of like a lightweight, more breathable one for
We'll call it an athletic hoodie.
Athletic. That's exactly what it is. It's an athletic hoodie.
I'll tell you what. I'm not a pullover guy, but I have slowly become one if they're comfy, if they're soft. Otherwise, yes. I'm a zip up guy all day long, and I think it's probably because most of my life you'll always see me wearing two things: a hat and glasses. Mm-hmm. So pullover, not my favorite.
Taking off both of those things.
Yeah, it becomes a thing. But even then, I've always liked zip up hoodies. I'm a sucker for a zip up hoodie.
So we got Nico and Jarek running right now. Nico in the lead in the RX-7 with Jarek in the chase in the Altezza.
And we did have a decision. It looked like Jacob did advance, taking out our champion Lance Logan.
And he has had a target on his back for a couple weeks now, so or a couple months now, I guess. So that's going to be pretty big excitement for Jarek, or for Jacob. I was looking at words while I was saying.
Yeah,
same moment for Jarek though, keeping it right with him the whole time there.
Hell yeah.
Telling him what that IS is all about.
And when you look at the bracket, Lance didn't exactly have a cakewalk. He had to earn it all the way through, man.
Oh, that was a rough one. There was some rough moments in that tree. I'm curious to hear what the I know that there was a bunch of things going on in their run, so I'm curious what the nail was that to close the coffin on him. All right, Nico in the lead, or Jarek in the lead. Sorry, with Nico in the chase in the RX-7. So Jarek in the Altezza with Nico keeping nice, good close proximity on him all the way through entry. Jarek keeping it nice and smooth. He's got to keep putting on a good run because that's what matters. And Nico is keeping it buried with that RX-7.
And I'll tell you what, this is a great run. It's a great chase because that second corner, man. These guys are obviously filling this last zone, making it look like a clinic. But that after that first straightaway, after the first corner, first straight, you get into that corner. I like when somebody's about a full car width back because there's always some adjustments. It seems like as they get into that next zone, and if you're in the right spot,
that inside clip on the right.
Yes, and if you hang back just a bit, you get all the decision making in the world. But when you're up tight right there, you are along for the ride. And if you make the wrong adjustment choice for how they're gonna try to enter that wall ride, dude, it's over.
Yep, you'll lose car lengths.
You'll either get gapped or it'll be an incident.
Straight to Gapplebee's. Yeah, exactly. Because you didn't lift off enough or you lifted off too much. So when you see somebody get it just right, kind of magical, but
yeah, but it's
good luck. Not something to do that you can do always. You can't. It's not something you can necessarily do reliably.
That's gambling, 100%.
So we have another winner. So the winner for this last bracket We were at, it looks like Nico in the RX-7 got the win over
Very
Jarek
nice.
in the Altezza.
So we are now down to the final 4. For those of you watching along, we've got Mello, Richard Cho, Jacob Moore, and Nico Centino. Boy, that's some... Once again, dude, Richard fought his way. When we look, let's look at these dudes. Mello had to work his way through Jake Pearson, who's been strong on the digital stuff. Bailey, and then Lucas DeWeird, who put it down with a sick battle with Philip.
Absolutely put it down, yeah. That battle was one of the better battles of the night between Lucas and Mello.
And now we've got
Mello taking the lead against Richard Cho. This is fixing to be super exciting. Both drivers have actually been on one tonight. These two are gunning for that top position. And you can see it in their driving right now. Look at this. Just both are... I don't know if Richard's changed his proximity this whole time.
I don't think so. And an error by Mello. Oh, too deep.
Oh no!
Deep.
When a moment.
And I'll tell you what, you were onto something about Richard not changing. He has been the one driver thus far that's gone up against the Miata and has said, "Hey, that don't affect me. I'm not worried about it. It's a car. I'm gonna chase it. I'm gonna put this proximity right here, and that's how I'm gonna drive it." Right? Yep. He is the one person tonight that's answered to the call of that car. And let's see if he can put a sick lead down now. He is on the throttle. Big throttle.
And I'm sure he's gonna put down a sick lead. And Melo's gonna put down a sick chase. This is tight. They're so tight with each other right now. And he holds it tight all the way through that zone that you're just saying, where it's a little bit people making adjustments. Melo, his only adjustment was to keep it pinned and keep it buried.
Richard, I mean, this is what a lead lap. I mean, a little bobble against the wall there, but I wouldn't knock him for that, man. That's boy, he knows. Oh, he knocked it through the barrels.
Melo's pushing him through the track, though.
I tell you what, that is the way he had to answer. If he would have answered, he had to answer that way.
There's actually some pretty. There was a very small wall tap that happened going into that last left corner.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
And then same with on that last right corner. That like Mello being as buried as he was kept him in it. Granted, he might have touched his door a couple more times.
Well, and you can't knock Richard for that, because at the end of the day, if you were to hit the wall in that same respect in a real car, you wouldn't get that bounce effect that you get in a Seto. So you can't knock him for it.
But that was just some very minor tapping. But wow, Mello just kept it absolutely buried in his door from start to finish. I mean, did not give him a foot of space.
And it looks like we've got a winner here. Moving on to the finals is Richard Cho, Big Richard Energy. Moving on, final round, baby.
Dude, great run. That was sick. He knew he had to put the pressure on. I hope to God that he would make a mistake. Richard kept it together, kept it cool like he does, like we've seen. But Mello, great job. I think this is the first time. This is his first comp with us, and that was top-notch driving.
A very respectable answer for a tough lead.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Our next one is a battle of Goliaths, man. Jacob Moore and Nico Centino. That's going to be an absolute heater.
I guess we should have held off a little. Oh, I guess no, that will be the final one, because they're gonna. So that means that actually that's kind of wild. I'm excited to see Mello is gonna be in the battle for third too.
Oh, here we go.
Jacob going deep there. Nico trying to just stay with him, but in a rough situation. Both drivers in a rough situation.
Oh boy.
Oh no, he's going through the ground.
Oh, phase out. All right, well, I think that is definitely going to be an error that they're going to place on Jacob. Or, sorry, not on Jacob. Or, yes, I'm sorry, Jacob. My bracket's all goofed up.
Yep, he went really deep right off the rip there, and then that just put everything into all sorts of funkiness. But I don't know though, because the chase driver's supposed to follow you through kind of whatever. But I know he was pretty far offline, so
Yeah. Yeah, I think, and he completely missed the inner clip there. So we're gonna run it back here. Oh, mind games. We've got mind games. Nico playing mind games. Oh, he's slow dragging him to the line. Are they gonna? Yep, they're gonna reset. Boy, that was you gotta wonder if that was intentional. A win's a win.
yeah, win's a win.
A win's a win. Jacob couldn't see anything, but he sure does love Fig Newtons. All right, let's try this again. Nico lead, Jacob chase.
Winner of this goes on to battle for the win. Nico keeping it nice and smooth. Jacob keeping it tight.
Come on. There we go. Great catch up by Jacob, but not too aggressive, not over aggressive. He's
Those
right
drivers
there.
looking good.
That's the spot. That's what we talked about. That car width gap. And
Staying
look where he's
very
at.
deep in the pocket all the way through
Yep.
that whole zone. Ooh, what happened there?
Jacob drove into the back. It looked
Oh,
like. Yeah. Watch the replay there, man. That's.
the pressure, the intensity.
Yep. He tried to stay so close. When you look, he's no room for. There wasn't enough room. He
Nope.
couldn't back off enough to let him transition, and that was it.
And these cars tend to float a little bit more than they do in real life, so you can't scrub speed like you would hope to.
Yeah. Nope. I think that's going to do it. Nico Centino moves on to the finals, and a third place showdown's coming up for Mello and Jacob Moore.
This is going to be sweet. So that's going to put Nico and Richard in the battle for first place. There's something so cool whenever Ben just goes like flying through these cranes and then does like a flip down to the starting line as they're coming off like professional drone work, bro. Like insane. This will never get old to me. Is like just how sick a video game can be to be like, yeah, we can do this in real life. Okay, we got Mello with Mello in the lead, Jacob in the chase.
Jacob putting the pressure on early. Boy, he says, hey, I am here. I will run you down.
Mello just holding tons of angle, running that outside edge of the track, staying super deep through everything.
Oh, good adjustment there. Good on him, not making the same mistake twice.
Great, putting on a great lead, and Jacob taking that opportunity to stay buried in the chase.
Yep, Jacob saying, boop, I'm here, brother. You better pay attention.
You can tell they've been driving all evening because they showed up ready to fight this last round.
100%.
God. We started off with the fastest top 32, and then this might be one of the most exciting Final Four.
This is definitely a showdown worth tuning in for. I love this, man. This is top notch. Jacob, big entry, big good lead. Oh, he's hot.
I'll give him a little correction.
Oh, he did everything to miss that outer wall.
Nope. Oh, where'd he go?
Not that he's cheating, but his setup clearly wouldn't work. Oh, I love it. You're right. You're right. Too much scrub in the front. Oh boy, what do we got here, man?
Oh no, I didn't know that. What happened, Brandon?
Oh, he got caught. He touched the wall on an inner clip, and that was the end.
Oh no.
Oh boy. Golly, man.
She's sharing.
So those of you watching are likely not going to see anything pop up for third place. You're going to see it stay the same. We'll probably see, if they have a decision, we're going to see Richard Cho and Nico Centino come to the line.
I'm waiting through the chat right now, and yeah, Jared, good job. You got a lot deeper into the bracket. He's pretty happy about how he did this comp versus the last one, getting better at chasing, that's the whole point of this. It's fantastic to see.
Hell yeah.
Brandon, I didn't realize that we were having some. I guess there was a difference in like one of the shaders patches between the practice server and the comp server, and so that
I
led
didn't
to
know
some
that.
that may have affected a few drivers because
Well, and that may have been what kept me from being able to get into the server. I wouldn't think it would matter, but you never know.
I don't even know how they can get mismatched whenever it's going. It's all the same. It's like it's all the same stuff. It's like, yeah, I just took that and made it this one. It's the same thing, but it just has a password.
Yeah. All right, final battle. Richard Cho
Final
leading
battle.
Nico Centino. Let's
This is
throw
battle.
it down. Oh, good entry. Great line. He's really going to push this out all the way and throw big angle here. Great
Both drivers
angle
have
by
tons
both.
of pressure on them right now.
Oh man, this is a fast lap. These dudes are flying. Big angle. Love that adjustment.
And
Oh
Nico's
my
just maintaining.
goodness.
Oh man.
Oh, buried in the final zone. Look at Richard. Oh my goodness.
Both with the yeet through the finish line.
What?
But
Oh man, that
what
was
a lap!
fire.
What an absolute heater of a lap!
Dude, that's where it's at, right there. That was killer. Oh man, now we've got to do that again.
And this time it's going to be with Nico in the lead and Richard in the chase. How many times is this going to go one more time?
I don't know. Man.
Oh!
There's a little gap, but watch Richard close this. He's going to get there, but he's not going to get too tight.
Yep, and he's just going to stay there.
He's been perfect all evening with that. And now here he's going to reel him in, apply the pressure, little angle, adjustment. Oh,
He's just
boy,
sitting in the
look at
pocket.
that. He is just there, dude. He's not all the way in the zone, but he is put.
Oh!
He got
Oh.
trapped.
That late transition, he was trying to stay buried a little bit too long.
Oh man, I wanted. Oh man.
Oh man.
Absolute chaos. Richard energy never bigger. Never bigger.
It got all the way into the wall with how big it was.
It was so big. All right, we're going to pull our top 3 boys in here.
I'm gonna drag
All
the
right,
keyboard
here they
left.
come. Oh yeah. What's up, boys? Welcome to the booth. How we doing?
Good.
Good. Nice.
Yeah.
Good driving, dudes. That was top notch.
That was fun.
That was a good time. All right, well, we're going to go third to first. Taking up third place is none other than Mr. Mello himself. Congratulations, Mello.
Did we actually?
Way to
We did.
blitz through the. Way to blitz through that. Second place.
Yeah, and the little Miata. Love seeing the little Miata dude's thing.
Yeah, dude was throwing people off, man. It was interesting to watch. Second place, Mr. Big Energy Richard Cho. Congratulations, brother. And obviously our number 1 spot, Mr. Nico Centino. Let's go, baby. Good job, man.
Congrats, everybody. This was
Dude, what
fun,
a-
bro.
What a
This
sweet
was-
like variety of cars in that podium right there. That's cool.
That was awesome, man. Congrats all you guys. That was killer. I love to see it. The battles were hard fought, man. This is not a forgiving track. You guys put down some fucking heater laps. Richard, watching you hit that wall, dude, I was ready to yell. I was fired up. It broke my
Yeah, what
heart.
happened there?
Oh, got trapped.
I just basically just got trapped on this bumper, and I got way too close and basically swung too far left. That's it.
Yeah,
Easy
yeah,
mistake.
you were buried the whole
Yeah.
time. That
Little
first after your first corner and that first straight, that transition every time into that first right-hander, you were in the perfect spot. You would come suck up to the car, and then you would keep some distance, knowing that somebody was gonna have to make an adjustment. And dude, it was textbook all night. Killed it. It was fun to watch. Mello, dude, you were running heaters the whole time. Super Mr. Consistent. Awesome to watch. And then obviously Nico, I mean, that's, you know, this is not your first rodeo towards the finals. So I mean, it's just another night of you guys driving the freaking balls off of these cars, and it was a pleasure. So thank you. Yeah, dude, I don't even know what to say. It was awesome.
Proximity was sick, angle was sick, entries were sick, lines were sick. A lot of really, really good driving. Super fun to watch.
Thank you.
All right,
guys. Awesome.
Yeah. No, this is.
I'm surprised there was no R32 in the podium, considering how many we had.
It's chassis supremacy.
There was a
Has
good
chassis
amount.
best chassis, baby. I mean, I think, you know what I think it is those suckers are long, dude, and this is not a place to have a big car, because there's a lot of stuff to hit. They can punish you, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, man.
There was a lot of cool little like tiny wall taps that, because the chase driver was so close, that they just kind of like kept him sideways and stuff. I thought that was super sick.
I think the most challenging thing about this track is mainly how small the zones are, and just, you know, trying to keep it in there, and, you know, it's more difficult for us how many walls there are.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even when you watch the real Driftmaster stuff, man, they're like just absolutely buried against the walls. The zones are not big, they're not long. They're there for just a split second. Obviously, this is a way more dynamic setup than what they run, but still, it's, yeah, there's not a lot of room for error, and every loop is different.
Entry was gangster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was sick driving all night once again. So I just had a good time. I just get to stay here and play my time. So it's always a good time.
Hey, to watch all these cool ass cars go ahead, go around, see some sick shit, and go from there.
Hell yeah, friggin' Jacob and Richard are out here putting down fucking first place heaters right now.
Seriously, like that entry from Richard, that was gangster. I wanted to see more of that.
Give it up one more time too for our pilot, man. What a killer, dude. This dude on these drones is just insane. I don't understand it.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, where do you? I don't know. You can tell I'm old because I'm like, how the hell do you learn this shit and get this good?
Dude, have you ever even tried to fly a drone?
Yeah, I look like a 7-year-old with
Yeah.
palsy.
Yeah, it's like, wait, how do you do this?
Yeah, don't buy me anything expensive. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Takes a lot of practice, a lot of time, just like driving the car.
Oh yeah.
This
Well,
is
cool,
sweet.
gentlemen. Well, thank you. Appreciate your time. Thank you, everybody, who joined us for the live stream. It's been a phenomenal night. You know, I'm excited now that this is done, because now this means we're one step closer to actual driving and actual cars, and I am fired up for that.
Yeah, my car needs a clutch, so I'm gonna be out for a minute.
Send me an address. I
damn.
got you. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, boys. Let's close it out with a heater lap. Get after it.
Dude, this 4-car train is sick.
This is fire.
Those S chassis are so fast.
Yeah. 100%. You know what didn't look as fast as I expected was the IS. That seemed to float a lot.
Was a little surprised on that one, yeah.
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 All right. Thanks again, once again, from MMDC. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the real world.